Hey guys, so my name is Anthony and this is Dev Hero. And I know it's been a while, been super duper busy at Founders, working on this platform, doing workshops and events, just getting pulled in 2 million directions. We're like definitely expanding and growing. So definitely haven't had time to vlog as much as I'd like to. But today I have a question that came in from LinkedIn, and he says, I'm on the search for my first dev position. Um, it's very rough, and it's nice to hear some pointers from you. I subscribe to your channel, thank you, much appreciated. Hit that subscribe down there. A question I'd like to ask: do you ever feel 100% prepared for a technical interview? Um, yeah, so that's a pretty easy one. The answer is no, right? And this is more than a technical question, right? This is also like a life question. Does anyone ever feel 100% prepared for a technical interview, for a coding interview, or for any job interview in general, right? Um, and so he also says, no matter how much I've been doing, it seems like it's endless in the ways that the questions can be asked. This is true. It could be because I do not have a formal computer science degree. No, it doesn't. That's not true. They don't teach most programming languages in college, and I talk about them on the channel all the time. And most of my knowledge is from a boot camp and about a year of self-education. Looking to hear back from you. Great, man. So, Fong, I think I'm saying that name correctly. Fong, thank you so much for sending in that question. Um, so you're never gonna feel 100% prepared for a coding interview. It is true that there is like an endless amount of questions that you can be asked on a technical interview, and some people, like myself included, may just make up challenges on the spot. So when I do a coding interview, I like to sometimes do some whiteboarding, and almost 100% of the time the whiteboarding is going to be completely made up scenarios. If we were having a conversation and you were telling me how you really enjoy skiing, I might throw a skiing coding question out there just to kind of see how you think on your feet. And I think that is honestly like part one of the answer to this question. Is most coding interviews, as much as they are trying to gauge your knowledge and your skill set, they're also trying to gauge your communication. How do you think on your feet? What are your problem solving processes? And really trying to get to know you more as a person than just whether or not there's a right or wrong answer. Like if you're a software developer, you know that like there's more than one way to solve a problem in most scenarios. So while they may have a right answer in mind, if you're able to think through the problem and still solve it, it's not going to disqualify you because you didn't get the answer that they wrote down. Some good books. Cracking the Coding Interview is a book. I think the gentleman who wrote it used to do interviewing at Google. So yeah, I can leave a link in the description for that, Cracking the Coding Interview. Another really great resource is called HackerRank. And there's actually been some companies like Bloomberg that have now adopted HackerRank as a means of doing their coding interviews. So they're actually doing their coding interviews on HackerRank. But HackerRank is basically an endless series of coding interview style type of questions. And it starts from a hello world in any language. So, if you do, HTML, C++, Python, whatever, the first thing they'll have you do is a hello world, and then the questions get harder and harder and progressively more harder. And the hacker rank is based on how many of these coding challenges you've completed, and your rank goes up, and you can compete on like a global level. So if you want to get a lot more confident, go on HackerRank. HackerRank will give you a lot of questions that might be asked on a coding interview. And then another one is, like I said, Cracking the Coding Interview, which is a book. So those are some good resources if you want to get some prep. But again, like if you feel nervous, if you feel jitters, like that's totally natural. You don't know what you're walking into, and that's fine. It's okay to feel jitters. I would put yourself in the seat of how would you work with someone if you were on day one of the job? How would you work with someone if you were at a hackathon with them, or you were in the boot camp with the other members of your team? Like bounce ideas off of the interviewer, you know? But you can never be infinitely prepared for every outcome, right? The one thing that I always say is people don't hire software developers to create products that have already been made. They usually hire software developers to innovate and you know, go where no man has gone before, right? So being a software developer is solving problems that no one has ever solved before. So cool. I hope that helps. And thanks again for the question. And for anyone else who's watching this, make sure to subscribe. The links are down there. Follow me on GitHub, YouTube. And yeah, man, thanks for watching. Peace.